This installation video shows how to install a Flexi Wideband CDMA base station. The content of this video is based on NOKIA Flexi WCDMA BTS Quick Guide. This video shows the principle of the base station installation. Follow always local safety, health and electricity regulations. NOKIA Flexi WCDMA BTS is designed for easy installation, commissioning and maintenance. One person can carry the modules and install them on the floor or on the wall. Note that cable color codings may vary locally. These basic tools are needed in Flexi base station installation. In addition, you will need additional tools depending on the site. Unpack the base station modules from the shipping package. Keep the modules in their inner packages until the actual assembly. Check that equipments are not damaged. Check that the delivery is complete according to the packing list. Check that radio modules are the correct frequency variants. Do not mix frequency variants. System module does not support mixed configurations. Check the mounting position is suitable for the installation. Remove the plinth storage box to get access to plinth holes. Turn the plinth rear stopper. Place the plinth on the floor, grounding points facing forward. Check the clearances around the plinth. If you want to replace the fans backwards for maintenance, reserve 200 mm free space between plinth and back wall. Using the plinth as a template, mark the holes and then drill the 4 bolt holes. Install the joint nuts to the holes. Place the plinth according to joint nuts and fix the plinth with 4 bolts. Reinstall the plinth storage box. Plinth preparation with adapter mechanics is needed for wall and pole installation. Preparation of the plinth is shown next. Always use thread locking compound with screws in pole and mast installation. Secure the lower bracket to the plinth using 3 screws. Do not tighten the screws yet, allowing the plinth to move slightly. This prevents the plinth from getting twisted. Secure the upper bracket on the plinth using 3 screws and tighten the screws. Check that the mounting position is suitable for the installation. The wall should be strong enough for carrying the weight of the base station. We recommend installing the plinth with the front panel facing right. Do not install the module too close to an opposing wall or other object, preventing the module from being removed or fitted to the casing. Keep also in mind the fan replacement. Align the plinth with the spirit level. Mark screw locations according to the fixing holes in adapter mechanics and drill the holes. Fix the upper mounting screws on the wall. Lift the plinth to the upper fixing screws. Tighten the upper mounting screws. Insert and tighten the lower mounting screws. Tighten the adapter mechanics lower bracket screws and turn the rear stoppers. We recommend installing the plinth with the front panel facing right. Do not install the module too close to an opposing wall or other object, preventing the module from being removed or fitted to the casing. Keep also in mind the fan replacement. Secure the upper bracket on the pole and attach the mounting screws. Insert the plinth fixing screws. Make sure that the bracket is installed the right way. The plinth fixing screws must be downwards. Use thread locking compound with screws. Attach 1/2 of the lower bracket on the plinth as shown. Lift the plinth to the pole. Tighten the upper plinth mounting screws. Secure the second half of the lower bracket on the pole. Make sure that the bracket is installed the right way. The second plinth fixing screws must be upwards. Tighten the lower adapter mechanics screws. In the case of the second plinth being needed, install it on the other side of the pole mounting bracket. Ground the plinth to the site main ground. Repeat this in the case of multiple plinths being used. Do not chain the grounding. Wear and connect the anti-static grounding wrist strap before starting to handle the modules. Remove the system module from the outer casing. Check that the transmission submodule is the correct type. Remove the transmission submodule rubber plug protection. Insert the adapter board from transmission submodule delivery. Fix the transmission submodule in top of the system module. Attach it with 4 screws. Attach the 2 external cable entries with 4 screws. Attach the safety catch to the rear cover and module casing. This step is needed only for pole or wall installations. Attach the module rear cover with 2 screws. Note that in wall and pole installations, it is allowed to have a maximum 2 modules per plinth. Tip: we recommend to install DC power cable to system module before module installation. Remove the internal cable entry cover sticker from all other modules, but not from the topmost module. Place the first module on the plinth. Align the module according to the markings. Make sure that all 4 guide pins are fitted to the module holes. Secure with 2 screws. Push the module until it stops. Check that module is aligned correctly with module markings. Secure with screws. Repeat these steps for all the modules in your configuration. Make sure that the base station DC power source breaker is switched off before connecting the DC power cable. Route the DC power cable through the cable entry and strain relief. Remove the power connection rubber cover. Route the DC power cable through the rubber cover. Insert the DC power cable into the connector, ensuring that correct polarity is used. Tighten the connectors. Cover the connectors with the rubber cover. Tie the DC power cable to the system module with cable tie. Reinsert the system module into the casing. Secure and tighten with screws. Fix the strain relief to the system module. Tighten the DC power cable to the strain relief. Install the cable entries. Tighten the cable entry screws. Route the grounding cable through the cable entry. Connect the grounding cable to the module front panel grounding point. Connect the other end of the cable to the plinth grounding point. Repeat these steps for all modules in configuration. Route the AC power cable through the cable entry. Open terminal plate cover. Pull out the AC terminal plate. Route the AC power cable through terminal plate cover. Note, make sure that the AC power source breaker is switched off before connecting AC cable. Always follow the local regulations for AC power cable installation. Route the AC cable through the strain relief. Make the cable connections according to the markings. Tighten the strain relief. Reinsert AC terminal plate to the module. Connect FPAA rectifier modules to the terminal plate connectors. Open the terminal plate cover slots. Fix the IP protection plate with screws. Remove the antenna connector seal from the radio module. Open the cable entry slots, which are going to be used. Push the antenna jumper cable to the radio module antenna connector and tighten with hands. Route the antenna jumper cables through the cable entry. tighten the connector to 25 Newton meters with torque wrench. Repeat these steps for all the antenna cables in the configuration. Note: in wall and pole installations, the recommended cable routing is through the lower cable entry. Remove connector seals from power cable connectors in modules. Store connector seals to plinth storage box for possible later use. Install the connector properly to the system module. Push the connector seal firmly in place. Coil up the excess cable and push it in the radio module cable slot. Connect the internal power cable to the radio module. Route the cable through the internal cable entry between system and radio modules. Repeat these steps for all radio modules in the configuration. Make sure that all the connector seals are properly installed. Remove the connector seals from the transmission submodule connectors. Store connector seals to plinth storage box for possible later use. Open the needed slots from the cable entries. Pull back the connector seal to uncover the connector. Connect the cable to the transmission submodule. Push the cable connector seal firmly in place. Route the transmission cables through the cable entry. Repeat these steps for all transmission cables. Remove the connector seals from the system module external alarm and control connector. Store connector seal to plinth storage box. Connect the cable to the system module EAC connector. Push the cable connector seal firmly in place. Route the external alarm and control cable through the cable entry. Remove the connector seals from the optical cable connectors in the modules. Store connector seals to plinth storage box. Push the optical transceiver in the system module. Insert it gently. Remove the protective plugs from the optical transceiver in the system module. Do not overbend optical cables. The minimum bending radius is 70 millimeters. Pull back the connector seal to uncover the connector. Remove the connector protective plugs. Note: use optic fiber cleaning kit for cleaning fiber connector. Clean the connectors and connect the cable to the optical transceiver in the system module. Push the connector seal firmly in place. Coil up the excess cable and push it in the radio module slot carefully. Push the optical transceiver in the radio module. Insert it gently. Remove the connector protective plugs. Clean the connectors and connect the optical cable to the radio module. Push the connector seal firmly in place. Route the cable through the internal cable entry between system and radio modules. Repeat these steps for all radio modules in the configuration. Make sure that all the connector seals are properly installed. Close the plinth storage and fix with screws. Tie the external cables to the cable entry studs. This is not needed for antenna cables. Fix the external cables to module cable fixing side plates. Use UV protected cable ties in outdoor sites. Cable installation is now completed. Perform installation checklist to make sure that the installation is complete. Place the cover on top of the module front panel. Secure the front cover with 2 screws. It is possible to install radio module and system module up to 200 meters away from each other. This solution is called NOKIA Wideband CDMA feederless solution. Make sure that the base station AC or DC power source breaker is switched off before connecting the power cable. Install plinth, power and system module to the specified locations. Make internal cabling. Install the overvoltage protection box to the specified location, close to the system module. Cut one connector away from 2-meter DC cable and connect the DC cable from the system module to the overvoltage protection box. Blue is negative and black is positive wire. Connect the DC feeder cable to overvoltage protection box. Make the connections according to the markings. Tighten the bushing seals. Check the connections and close the box. Connect optical fiber cable to system module and secure it properly. Install the plinth, radio module and overvoltage protection box to the specified location close to antennas. Check that the mounting position is suitable for the installation. The wall should be strong enough for carrying the weight of the base station. We recommend installing the plinth with the front panel facing right. Do not install the module too close to an opposing wall or other object preventing the module from being removed or fitted to the casing. Keep also in mind the fan replacement. Note that in wall and pole installations, it is allowed to have a maximum 2 modules per plinth. Route the grounding cable through the cable entry. Connect the grounding cable to the module front panel grounding point. Connect the other end of the cable to the plinth grounding point. Install the antenna cabling. Cut one connector away from 2-meter DC cable and connect the DC cable from the radio module to the overvoltage protection box. Blue is negative and black is positive wire. Connect the DC feeder cable to overvoltage protection box. Make the connections according to the markings. Tighten the bushing seals. Connect optical fiber cable to the radio module and secure it properly. Finalize the assembly by checking the connections, closing the overvoltage protection box, and installing the front cover of the radio module. Attach the safety catch to the front cover and module casing. This step is needed only for pole or wall installations. The hardware installation is now complete. Now you can switch on the power, and the NOKIA Flexi Wideband CDMA base station is ready for commissioning.